is up, everybody? We are back with Let's Get Sticky, but we are coming back with a whole new cast. This is a little bit different than what we've been doing, where we've been interviewing single people. Now we've brought a whole cast on. We have Felony1Gaming. We have Drmystic03. These guys are new to the show. Shuler is an old comer here. He's been here. He's been interviewed. So we brought everybody back. So now what we're gonna do now is gonna be kind of like a round table here with it. We're gonna talk about some of the new consoles coming out, new games coming out, new PC things coming out. We're gonna hit on a couple different topics as we go through it. And we're gonna take it away. We're gonna start it off with the PS5 because we all know that's the best console there is. Yeah, I'm biased. You know,
Yeah.
I'm biased. I'm not gonna lie, I'm biased. But getting into these new consoles, I mean, my take is it's kind of crazy. They're actually pushing boundaries. They're pushing ridiculous parts into consoles now. They're starting to perform like PCs, like, and it's getting a little mind blowing after we see what each console had put into itself. Schuler, I'm gonna let you take this one first. What do you think about this PS5?
I think I want one. I think I'd love to find one. But no, seriously, if the load times and everything are as good as advertised, if everything works the way it's supposed to, and as a launch console, the odds of that are going to be slim to none. The first batch is going to be screwed up.
Let's not say that. I got a first batch one. Don't say that.
I'll probably have a first batch one too. But I mean,
I don't know. They did good with the PS4.
It's really insane. That
the first batch PS4s were good.
No, that's true. I got a first batch. It's still running.
Mine actually died. My hard drive went out on mine.
But I mean, just from what I've seen on the PS5, it. I don't know what else to say. It's just unreal that that's a console. It shit runs better than my computer.
That's never good. So going.
Upgrade a computer there.
Gonna move it over to Felony here. As
it's only 4 years old.
Mystic is our PC guy, so he's really probably not gonna get too much into the console stuff here. But I'm gonna go to Felony next on this and get his take on it.
I mean, ups and downs.
Yeah. Give us what you think about it, man.
The PS5, I'm a PlayStation guy. I'm not a big Xbox fan. I'll play it. But PS5, spec-wise, are great. Only thing I'm disappointed about is the storage.
Yeah, I mean, that's a concern for me, too. I mean, you're looking at, I think it's like 825, 850, I believe. Or is it 25?
825.
Expandable, though.
Yes, it is expandable, which is nice because you can get an SSD for it. Unlike the Xbox Series X, you have to buy a special external drive. So, big plus on PS5's side.
I mean, I think it's wild, like what they're really doing with it. They put in an AMD processor. This thing's got ridiculous cores in it. It's got ridiculous
eight cores.
Got ridiculous RAM going in it for a system. Like, this is things that me and Mystic have talked about before. He's like, "Why do you play a console?" And I was like, "Dude, they're just advancing these things." Like, everybody has talked about them disappearing at a point, but I don't think they disappeared. Not the way they're being reinvented with, like, you have now the PS5. Now, if you take the thing apart, you have the heat core. Like, it's ridiculous. It's the whole system. It's literally you take it apart and you got the whole system is there to keep this thing cool. It's supposed to stay quiet. The fan's huge. They're putting these things. I think we're really gonna start seeing them get pushed to the test. Like, I mean, this is just the first version of the PS5 coming out, and then
I think they may also made the PS5 a lot better for the average user when it comes to cleaning them. There's really no huge tech support that you need. Take this screw out. Don't take this screw out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a big plus on their side.
Well, they've definitely been doing, like, I've already seen them coming out with like the top covers. They are coming out with those already. There's a place in the UK that's actually making the covers for these things so they can be customized, so you don't have to keep the white cover and you can get this place. I think has black and stuff. No, they're not see-through. They have a chrome one, they have a platinum one, they have a red one, blue, black, camo.
There's nothing to see on it. If they were making see
Oh, really?
nothing to
Yeah,
see.
no, because the way they did it is that there's like your the heat core inside of it is huge. Like it literally is almost the whole
It's
system.
like half the console.
It's like there's a heat sink. This thing is
the fan's
massive.
also nice on that thing too.
Yeah, the fan looks like it belongs in a car. Like honestly, it looks like it belongs. It looks like it's part of like your what is the thing? The blower motor. That's what it looks like. It looks like a blower motor in a car, man. Like it's crazy. And I mean, just from what we've seen, I mean, graphics though are pushing like PC graphics. I don't know if it's gonna push to the tier of the graphics because of the new cards coming out on PC. That's a big thing right there. What's going on, Captain? So you guys think if these first ones fail, or you think they're going to be successful?
I think they had enough time to make it, and let's hope they didn't rush it towards the end. But I think they're gonna make it. Honestly, I mean, PS3 had issues. PS4, I mean, launch.
I had a launch one. Mine ran for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's still sitting right here beside me.
And
I think it was the custom ones that they really rushed. They like the Destiny 2 bundle.
Yeah.
That one had issues with the Ethernet. I'm rocking the Black Ops 3 one, and I've never had any issues. I've had less issues with that than I have had my PC. My PC's newer.
Is that not a custom bundle one?
Yeah, it's a custom
yeah,
bundle.
it was a later bundle. Like I think like the Destiny one came out first.
The Destiny one came out like a year before, but it was a rush because Destiny
came out and they wanted to hop on it.
Was like, hey, let's go get this bundle.
Yeah, Destiny was one of those things. It was when Destiny like first like really came out and everybody was like all about it. You know what I mean? And they were all over Destiny, and then it kind of like fell out. You know what I mean? And it's like because they messed it up at the beginning, and then they started doing the DLCs to try to bring it back, and then it wasn't until like Destiny 2 that it really got hot. And so with those consoles coming out, I mean, I think they got better as it was as they went with the PS4, because like the Pro, we all know. I have a Pro. My Pro is loud as shit. Mine sounds like it's taking off and it's we're leaving. You know what I mean? Like we're ready to go and we're going wherever we want to go because the jets are going. Like you can walk past and cool yourself off.
It's going to be cost efficient for PlayStation also if they do start making bundles.
I mean, they already have them. They already have some bundles, but I mean, they're kind of
all
like
they gotta do is change that plate.
Well, I think some of them are
change that plastic.
Oh yeah,
plate
that's
gonna
be that's definitely gonna be huge. I like that. I really like that for the fact of being able to do that, and I would love to see somebody get on their dude. Appreciate the raid, my guy. So I would love to see. What I would like to see is cool if like the NFL can get on it, or like any like all these games start jumping on and making their own custom plates. Like
just order you a plain white replacement plate and get somebody that can airbrush, or get somebody
Well, I'm saying like even
I'm
saying like this could
awesome.
I mean, yeah, this could be huge. Like
I'm actually thinking about airbrushing mine.
I'm not an artist, so I'm not airbrushing nothing.
Either. I can't draw a stick figure.
But I'm saying like me like if they get like I mean, you can see the NFL jumping in on this. I can see a lot of games on this. Like I think one of the first real custom ones you're really gonna get. And it hasn't been announced yet, but I think I bet you any money that it's sitting and waiting is going to be Cyberpunk. They're going to come out I believe they're going to come out like a pure Cyberpunk one. That thing's going to be yellow and blue, and I think that thing's going to look freaking crazy looking. Like that because I think that's one of the biggest games everybody's looking forward to. Like the game's finally going to release. I haven't seen anything of it being pushed back yet again, but I think it's going to be a huge thing, and I think PS5 will jump all over. PlayStation's gonna jump all over that and make that thing huge.
Oh yeah,
and
that's coming out the same.
That's a major benefit over the Xbox design is the customability. You know, all that fun crap you can do. I mean, we sat here for just 5 minutes now talking about dumb shit we can do to the cover.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
You know?
huge, bro.
It's
But
like,
that's a huge thing because we've never
Yeah,
had
that's
that
big.
ability. You know what I mean? You really don't have that. Never really had that. Like you have to pay for it, and that's another thing is what does PlayStation do since they're really not. I mean, since pretty much we can all customize what we want on our own. Like, do they continue to make custom kits? Do they come out with bundles that are made for games like Call of Duty? Like they've done the Black Ops 3 one. That one was probably one of my favorite PS4s they did because they had the logo on top of it. They had it orange. They had the orange wrap in it, and they had the orange and black controller. And
they're still going to do it just for that, just for because of the controller. They're going to do it because people will still buy to get the controller, and and if that's the only place you're going to get those plates, then people will still buy it.
yeah, I mean,
You got to remember, people collect.
oh, I
systems.
get,
People collect,
I mean, that's true. Too.
So yeah, they'll still make them. They'd be dumb not to. I'll never buy one, but they'd be dumb not to do it.
So now, is there? What do you guys think? How long do you think it takes until they come out with the second generation of this system? Think it's directly? Do you think it's going to be like a year or two and it's going to be out?
I'd say about 2.
Yeah, I'm thinking too.
Right, let's move on. Let's move on to this Xbox. Now, none of us play it, but I play it every now and then. This thing, this thing worries me. This thing's so freaking big. The case is big. Let's put it that way. The case is big. It looks like a mini tower. But the thing that scares me is how compacted everything is, and if it's going to be able to stay cold. Because we've all seen it. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, Mystic, but these guys have seen it. They've watched me show it on stream and them tear it down and show the inside of this thing.
Oh yeah,
This thing.
You're talking about the old one.
No, new one. The new one's compact. Like this thing, like this tower is huge, but the inside of this thing is like everything is in this like little square, like rectangle type of deal. And
yeah, I'm looking at it.
It's the insides are kind of weird. Like it's one of those things.
I think they cheaped out on that console. Honestly, that design's been around for a while in PC style. I think they just cheaped out on it and tried to make it their own. And I think it's going to fail.
Is the ventilation just on the top of it, or does it have some on the back?
I don't think so. I don't think it's vented on the back.
It's bottom and top. Like it has. Like
how's it supposed to go at the bottom?
It's supposed to have foot pegs for intake, and the exhaust is on top.
Whoa!
From my understanding.
Time out. Did I hear that right? That it's going to suck air through the bottom where all the fucking dust and everything.
Dust is, yeah.
And it's going to.
That's why I said it's going to fail.
That's going to clean that every day.
Oh my god.
Well, it's supposed to have some kind of different new. It's a whole new air technology.
It's either through the bottom to the top or through the top to the bottom. Either way, if you're going to suck air in from the top, you're sucking dust in regardless.
Yeah,
it's going to be the only thing it's sucking.
No.
I mean, I honestly, I'm waiting. I get it. I'll have it on the 10th, so I'll really get to look at it on the 10th, and I'll do an unboxing.
I have it on the 10th, and I have my PlayStation on 12 because I'm me.
No, I haven't seen any teardown.
Hey, Ruchi's gonna have it. Ruchi's gonna have it on the 12th too. So don't put me in this mess. Don't leave him out. Don't leave him out.
I got a question about this thing.
If I could say I had my PC on the 10th, I'd be happy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help you there.
But that'll be a little while. That'll be about another month or two out.
I'll be out driving in circles on the 12th. I'll probably come home empty-handed, but I'll be out looking.
You just gotta let the Shuler rage out. Just go get tuned up real quick and just let it fly. Fucking give me the system.
Just play Madden for 15 minutes.
So
what's your question here, Mister?
Where are you gonna put this thing at? Because looking at the size of it, like it's you can't put that in like a cabinet. I wouldn't think. Like most of the old Xboxes, they're pretty.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand it up right here. I'm just gonna stand it up right here in the desk. Like, what else am I gonna do with it? Like honestly, I'm gonna have even though the PS5 has its thing, I'm gonna have to lay the PS5 down somehow. I'm gonna have to figure it out because That's the Xbox is definitely got to stand. PS5 is definitely got to lay down.
But that's a nice part of
No,
nice part about the PS5.
It's definitely not going to cross-platform back to an old gen. It's not going to do that. It's the only thing it's going to do is cross-platform new gen and new gen. You know, it would be really tough to be able to cross-platform, and that would be some serious server work to be able to go back and forth between the old gen.
What is the size of that thing?
Dude, them things are both big.
4 foot by 6 foot, I think.
That's the biggest.
The size of my desk.
I was about to say that was almost the size of something between my legs. No, but like they're both big. The PS5, I think, may be taller than, like, standing up wise. I think it might actually be taller than the Xbox.
See, but you have the option to turn that thing like horizontal, don't you?
But it's still long. Like, there's a stand on it. Like it comes with a stand to be able to stand it straight up, and you can take the stand off, and then it clips onto the back, and it sits on a little stand, so like it still has airflow underneath and airflow on the sides and back. Like, so I really think what they did this year with this PS5, this thing's gonna be able to breathe, and it's not gonna get loud like some of these systems. Because anybody has a system that's not one of the newer generations of the PS4 knows how loud they get.
I keep that damn thing under my desk as far away from everything as possible, just so I don't go deaf.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like mine, like luckily I have the Go XLR, and it deafens everything around me. Because if not, you guys would be like, dude, can you just get off stream, dude? Can you just shut your stream off?
It's me. You moved next to the airport. What happened?
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you. Like the thing is, like I touch it when it's on, and it's only loud like that when I'm playing Call of Duty. I play Madden. I play Madden.
You disrespect Call of Duty all the time and go to that Madden game of yours.
I don't disrespect COD. What are you talking about? I disrespect.
That's why your PlayStation gets mad at you and it gets loud when you come back to COD.
I definitely disrespected Modern Warfare because I think Modern Warfare is a fucking trash game. Like, that's just my take on it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a Call of Duty player. I've been playing since it very first came out, where you could barely tell the guys were guys. You know what I mean? Like, it was bad.
Why do you think Modern Warfare is so bad?
I just don't like. I'm a simple person, and every week they're changing the damn playlist. Drives me crazy. I think the time to kill, inside that game is horrible. Even in core is ridiculous. It's too slow.
You think it's too slow, really?
No, it's inaccurate.
Because it's constantly changing. Like, it's constantly changing what they're doing with it, and like that drives me nuts. Like, I want you to get to a part where I know what the game's going to be. Leave it alone. Like, if people aren't, like, people keep complaining. You can't make everybody happy. You know what I mean? But you got, and cool.
My God, they can make nobody happy.
When I played, like, if you ever played the real original, like, Modern Warfare 2, that game was perfect. Like, there's not a better COD. I don't care who argues me. We can argue till I fall over and die. Modern Warfare 2 is the best one that was ever released. And that was purely because when Infinity Ward had that game, Infinity Ward literally did their research on the game. Like, you don't see too many devs doing the research like these guys were back then. Like, that's kind of faded away because they don't have anybody challenging them. You know what I mean? So when them guys did it, like, they went on a military base and seen what the guns looked like, seen how the guns reacted and everything. Like, they did their research, and in that game, you could tell that they put the time and effort into that game. You pull the gun doesn't, like, you pull an M16, M16 sounds like an M16, it reacts like an M16. It's not sitting there going and going way up in the air and sound like you're playing with an Uzi. Like, and with that they learned that they got the balance down. They played with it long enough and got like a perfect time to kill them, like core and all that stuff. And that made it just made the game fun. Like, I played that game comp style, and I played that game like you couldn't get me to play another game back then. You couldn't.
How long were you playing, or how long has it been since you were playing that?
Oh my God! How long has it been since?
Like,
Modern Warfare 2 was out. Good gosh, that's
before my time. Like, I never played that game.
It was. I'm telling you, like, if they would remake that and give us, like, put that back to a multiplayer, like, they've remade it, they've remastered it, but they've only given you a story mode. And I think they allow you to play maybe the on Xbox you can play multiplayer on it, but it's the original Xbox game, not Xbox One. So it's like Xbox 360.
See, they may remake it with the new COD.
I doubt it. I don't like
with them merging. Well, they're merging Modern Warfare and Cold War together in various ways. They're
through the menus. Is that what you're talking about?
Not really the menus, but like in Modern Warfare, they're giving you all these Easter eggs in Modern Warfare, especially in like Warzone and Plunder, on the Cold War game. So with them doing that and them releasing the story based part, they may in Cold War, fingers crossed, that they release a multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like getting with this Xbox, I don't know what you're gonna get with it. I don't know how. Like, 'cause I know we're gonna get it early. We're gonna get to play it. The Xbox. I truthfully, my take on it is not gonna do well when it first comes out. It might be their second gen that takes off and gets a little bit, but I say PS5 smashes them, and they're gonna struggle.
PS5 has already smashed them regardless with their dual console compared to Xbox's dual console. I mean, you got the Series X, and then you got the cheaper version.
That was the worst version. Like
throw that out the window. Throw it out the door.
Yeah, I mean, when you get into, if you guys really want to get into this, what is it even called? I forget now. The Xbox.
Xbox trash.
I mean, it is though. It is though. That's the thing. Is like what they did is
like the Xbox Series is it Xbox 1.5 or something? I don't
remember what it's called. I had it pre-ordered and I looked at it and it doesn't even beat the Xbox One X. Like the One X is actually better than the new console coming out. And like I said, like they've done this before and it's never successful when they make these cheaper consoles because nobody buys them because they don't have people want the 4K. They want the new graphics. They want the power to see. If they wanted that, they would just stay with what they have. You know what I mean? Like they want to see the new stuff coming out. They want to see the games go to another level. And I honestly say when it comes down to it is that I think they really, really, really struggle. I mean, the fanboys are going to be all over. It's going to be the best console in the world, the fanboys. But like, I mean, when we literally look at these things, I think PS5's already got the edge on them. They've remastered their heatsink. I think it's going to be a quieter system. I think it's going to be a cooler system. And the way I've already seen the inside of how they have this Xbox, I really think they're going to have issues with it. Like I'm going to find out firsthand what kind of issues this thing's going to have. Because like the first 2 nights I'm going to be playing like nonstop. We're gonna.
Oh yeah, everybody's gonna be putting it through its paces the first couple of days, and we'll see how it does.
But and then so let's move on to that. Let's get into Call of Duty Cold War. We've all got to play the beta. We've rocked it. I mean, I know I put a ton of hours into it. I know Rooch put a ton of hours in. Shuler, I don't know how much you put into it. I know you played a little bit. Mystic played some.
I'm more casual.
So I'll start. I'm gonna start with you, Mystic. What do you think about the beta?
Oh man, I think I've seen a lot of people talking about it as well. Is the visibility issues with the game? That was kind of my number one complaint with it. I couldn't see players half the time. Like I think that kind of ruined my whole experience with it. But it was still fun. The time to kill felt a lot better than. Well, I don't know. It's a lot different coming from Modern Warfare, I think, because the time to kill seems even quicker. And I think in Modern Warfare, the time to kill is already too fast.
Yeah. I mean, now what do you think about going from? I mean, you've played. What was it? What was the COD before? Is that Advanced Warfare?
Black Ops 4.
Was it Black Ops? Yeah, Black Ops 4. So coming from Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare to Cold War. I mean, what do you really think about the game? Do you think it's going to be a better game? Did it give you a better feel, like, or do you prefer one of those other over Cold War? I mean, as a beta, I mean, we only got a beta, so who knows what the game's going to look like when it comes out?
I think it's going to be relatively similar to what they've kept, but the real distinguish between those two is like with the Black Ops 4, it's really, you can stay alive in that game so easily. I don't know. I find that to be a lot more enjoyable for me as like a pace player, because I can kind of just run around,
Yeah.
run and gun and not die. But in Modern Warfare and Cold War, the time to kill with that is just not even matchable. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I mean when getting it. Like I loved it. Like I really did. It gave me a good feel. I felt like the guns. Like I mean, there were some guns that were overpowered. Like the M16. It was like you tap somebody in the head, all you had to do was graze them, and they were dead. But the game itself felt better to me. Like it felt like they were actually taking their time and putting some effort into listening to us. I mean, it is Treyarch making it. Treyarch has been making some pretty good games lately. Um, I'm just wondering what they really get into here, as we're all wondering what they're going to do with Warzone. If Warzone's going to stay Warzone, or if they're going to put a new map in, or what they're going to change out of it. I know you play a lot of battle royales. You like that. Me not so much. But what would you like to see out of the game, like going forward, like for the closing of the game? Like, what would you like to see fixed? Make it to
Uh,
make it a good game for you.
for me personally, the visibility, that would be number one, as I was talking about before. But I don't know. I think the some of the maps were a little bit messed up in like, well, I guess that goes back to visibility with like cartel in the bushes, and then uh, I don't know. It's a lot going on.
Yeah,
I think I enjoyed more simple
close close maps.
maps, and yeah, those
Yeah,
maps are
I
pretty
mean,
open.
everybody has. I think everybody has their map size they like. You know what I mean? It's just a preference. You're a fast player, so smaller maps going to be
Right.
relevant to you. And then me, I'm like all over the place. So I'm not as fast as you. Like, but I don't mind a medium sized map. I don't like large maps because I don't snipe. Like
Mhm.
those ones right there get to me because like they're spawning you all the way at the very back of the map, and then by the time you run out, the round's over.
Running simulator.
Yeah, right. So felony, let's get into this because you really put some time into this game. You put a ton of hours into the beta. What's your take?
It feels old school. I mean, I've been playing since 2010, and it takes me back to the times I played Ghost, Modern Warfare 1, Black Ops 1. It takes me back to that happiness. I mean, yeah, Black Ops 3 was okay. You got the boost packs. It was fun. It was a
Oh,
phase that
heck.
went in, came in, went out.
Thank God it
Time to
went out.
kill. Time to kill is is iffy. I mean, it seemed consistent through the most part. Like you could tell they did an update on it, and then they'd redo another update, and it would change. But throughout that one update, you could tell it was consistent, and that's what I want to see in a game is consistency.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they're forcing people to upgrade guns. Whether you like to use an attachment or not, that's your personal preference. But if you use one attachment over another attachment, it makes the gun better or it makes it worse. I like the fact that they took suppressors and they're not giving them that range, that damage range, like Modern Warfare. A suppressor should take away from range, not give range, period. And they did that. They're not giving extra damage range for suppressors in this game, like Modern Warfare. It the visibility was an issue, but after playing for so long, I got used to it. So it's hit or miss. And I'm a fast paced player myself. I'm not always fast paced, but I love to rush in, use my submachine gun, very rarely ARs, but the maps they were iffy. A couple of them had the traditional 3 lane. Um, I'm very bad at names, so I don't remember the maps.
I don't remember all of them either. I mean, I think there's what you had Miami, you
It's
had
3,
Cartel, you had
no 4 actually.
Cartel,
Moscow.
Miami, Moscow.
Moscow had a
Too many
traditional
lanes.
3-lane. Had a traditional 3-lane
I thought that was
for the
4.
most part.
Wasn't it 4 though?
No, it
Oh.
was 3, and then you
What
had
up,
the
Roy?
cut-ins.
What's up, bro?
You had a couple cut-ins over there,
Yeah.
but it felt more of a traditional 3-lane than we've had for years.
Yeah. That's been my biggest thing with COD lately is that there's so many places to come from. Like, and what I've really dug into is, I mean, you guys might agree with this too. Is like now it's not score. It's not a score. It's not kill streaks. It's a score streak. So
Yeah.
I dig that. I dig that they make the score, and I dig that it's not easy to get to. Like, I mean, we all are pretty good players, so we can usually get there.
I'd have to argue that one.
I mean, like I said, this is just my take on it. Is I really like that part. Like, I don't even get them all the time. You know what I mean? Not everybody's gonna get there because some of them are high. I mean, but I believe like because like these guys that aren't there, like they can't. Like I think it's gonna take more effort from these guys to get better. I think it might help out with camping a little bit because you guys they're gonna have to get their scores to be able to get their stuff up. So I'm hoping that's what helps because the camping in Modern Warfare is just god awful. I mean, they're camping on core now. Like, if you got to camp on core, it might be time to get off the game. Like, honestly.
I mean, they're making the score streaks a little bit easier to get because it doesn't reset when you die.
Yeah.
Now it might set you back a little bit, but it doesn't reset all the way. So I mean, to get a chopper gunner, I mean, I can't tell you how many I got. I got so many.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I think we might get a bump right there. You know what I mean? Like in score wise, I think they might bump them up a little bit. I mean,
well, they did. They made 3 or 4 changes to the scores.
well, I'm
I got
saying
another problem with it too.
I think we're gonna see another one before the game releases. I think that they're gonna bump it up because now they might. I think in the game, I'm not sure if it's something that's tracking the game, but they can see how many times these things get called in and get an adjustment. I don't know if that's something that's in the game or even possible to see.
It is. They've already talked about that tracking it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so maybe they see how many times and how easy it was to get called in, so they bump it up and make it a little bit rarer to be called in. So I mean, I honestly think they did well with it. Like, that's probably the first time I played COD like that in years. That played it like that. Like, I mean,
it's the first time you played COD that long with me for 4 years now.
I mean, like, I honestly, like, I loved it. I loved the shit out of it because, like you said, it gave it that old school feel, and that was when I was really big into it. Like, I loved COD at that stage, and you put that feel into it, and I was just like loving it. I was going ham. I was playing good again, and I enjoyed myself. I was really, really enjoying myself playing that game, and it's been a while since I've had a game like make me want to enjoy myself, and that was huge to me. And I think I had 50 hours in like what 2 days, 3 days, something like that. It was unreal. Like, I mean, we did 15 hours the one day. I think it was like 11 or 12 the next day, and then another 9 the next day. Like, it was nuts. We put in some serious hours in it, and that's how I knew the game was good because it held me. You know what I mean? To be able to sit there and shoot people for 15 hours is probably not an easy feat for anybody. And it really pulled me in. It grabbed a hold of me. And
it'll definitely give you carpal tunnel arthritis by then.
Right. But I think they did well with it. I'm interested to see what transpires from it when it comes out and whatnot. But that's my take. I'm gonna go to Schuler to see what do you think about it.
Mystic did have a complaint.
Hold on, we'll get to the complaint. We didn't get Schuler's take yet.
Oh, let him go first because I'd hate to.
Okay.
If anybody can complain, I mean, we should know. Let him get his in first before I start.
All right, go ahead, Mister.
Mine was real quick. I'm going back on the score streaks. The thing I don't like about how they have their score streak set up, I guess it's kind of the old school way, but I was not able to get more than 1 score streak in a game basically the whole time I was playing. So I'd call in the chopper gunner, and on Modern Warfare I call in like 3 chopper gunners in a game if I'm playing well, and I don't know if it's not possible or if I just wasn't playing well enough, but I could not get in more than 1 score streak basically.
It is possible.
It is possible. He's done it.
2 chopper gunners. I had 2 chopper
You get
guns.
2 chopper gunners.
I think
Yeah.
what it was is when we were playing is that we were playing a lot of team deathmatch, so it was so quick. Like you hit that, I think what is it, 100 now? Like so, you and him, me, he's putting up 40s and 50s, you're putting up 60s and 50s. Like that's a lot of points between 3 people. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, I think when you got in that mode, it's just going to be one of those things. If you play that, it's tough. Because,
Now,
like, I mean, if you're playing without us and you're just running, you're probably gonna call it in easier.
I mean, all fairness, I probably should have never got that 60, but we were playing kill confirm, and nobody was playing the game mode, so it lasted longer. So I was able to get more kills.
Yeah, nobody was getting tags.
You know, and I dropped two chopper gunners that game. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about how everybody's playing in the game mode.
And what about you, Schuler? What was your take for the? I mean, you didn't play a ton of it.
Yeah, I didn't play a ton of it, but on the other
You-
side of the house, the exact opposite view of you guys. No, I mean just not being a hardcore Call of Duty player.
Yeah.
What honestly, I like the time to kill. I actually was able to kill people. That was
You
for
dropped
me.
some
That's a
good
fucking
numbers.
plus. If you ever see me shoot in them games, me killing people is a huge. That says a lot.
Not pack ripping, not your specialty.
Right. Of course, my usual 2 complaints that have always been a complaint about shooters is you can't jump 10 feet in the fucking air straight up. Number 1, no matter what, and 2, you can't do it and definitely fucking spin, aim, and fucking shoot somebody in the face. Fuck you, take it out.
I have a problem with that too. Like I like the snipers being able, like the snipers flinch. Like if you're aiming with the sniper and you're getting rocked, like you got like there's no way you're aiming straight. You're not hitting that shot. You know what I mean? And and I think that's what they got to do is like if they're getting shot, that shot's got to be off. It can't hit you directly in your head. Like
they need to make
that's a good
weapon handling needs to be more realistic, and that's always been a problem with games. People are gonna cry. If I'm in a fucking room with you and it's a 15-foot hallway, you got a sniper rifle and I got an SMG, there's not a fucking fight there. There's no fight. You just died. It's just fucking game over.
You just died.
There's no quick scope fucking dumb shit. No, fuck that. You just lost. You essentially brought a rock to a gunfight. So shit like that annoys me, but that's just me. That's just me being me.
I mean, I think that annoys a lot of us, like, because like quick scoping,
snipers and shotguns.
You get, I mean, like, like the shotgun.
You shouldn't be able to snipe with a shotgun. You shouldn't be able to use a fucking snipe. You should not be able to snipe with a shotgun. You should not be able to use a fucking shotgun as a sniper rifle.
I don't think you could do that in this game. I'm not sure that you could. I know that's possible in Modern Warfare. That is very possible in Warfare because people do that shit all the time.
And eventually it'll be possible in the next one too because.
Well, let's not kill the game while the game is still good. Let's not kill it yet.
But it always happens. Eventually, it always happens.
Let's hope not.
You know, I mean, I had fun with it, and for me playing Call of Duty, saying I had fun playing it, that says a lot because I get bored with them real fast. It's not I'm not a first-person shooter guy, so I don't have a lot of basis on it. To me, and it's going to sound, and I'll show the fact that I'm not a first-person shooter guy right now, is it feels like every other Call of Duty except people die faster and the graphics are better. You can say that about a lot of games. So,
I mean, I think games are. Yeah. I think games in general are just in like a weird spot right now with COVID. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I don't know if it's really affecting these guys or if it's just that excuse that they don't want to put it. None of these guys really want to put it into the game right now. They just want to put everything into the next gen, and like I think that's one of those things that's going on is like they want to put into the next gen. They're done working on the current stuff, so we're just not getting. Like,
and I can understand that too. That makes sense.
I mean, that's just my take. That's what I'm looking at. I honestly because it doesn't even make it like a lot of these places are back. Like people are back to work and everything, and I just don't think like Call of Duty rolled out content like crazy. Like they were updating, they were trying to make the game better as the beta was rocking. Like they were doing everything. They let us try out every freaking attachment.
Yeah, they were hands on throughout the entire beta.
Yeah, I think they handled it extremely well.
And that's
5 to 8 updates every day.
that tells me that they were listening to what we were talking about, and that's huge. Like I would love them to get into that. I would love more developers to really get into that stuff because it just makes it like if you're going to update the game, you're going to patch the game. Why not listen to the people that are playing the game? You know what I mean? The ones that are paying for the game, the ones that are putting your content out. And we all know, like, if we get into EA can be its own little thing.
EA, and I don't even play Madden. I play Need for Speed.
I mean, EA right now, like, I mean, today what was one of their Madden was one of their biggest things they dropped. Like this is like one of the biggest promos of the year. To start off the big promos is Most Feared, and their servers were out. Nobody could play. Nobody could do anything.
Just Madden either.
It
was down.
FIFA went out. What was it? Apex, I believe, went down. Like it was
Need
all.
it was down. Need for Speed was down too.
EA servers went down, and I think it was the authentication servers because if you were in, you were safe.
Yeah.
You just couldn't get in.
So I mean, like that to me, like I we've all complained about it. I'm sure we've all complained about it at some point in time. It's like,
yeah, that's a 6-hour stream all on its own.
Them being the billion-dollar company they are is, how do you not have good servers? Like, how do you not have something that's stable? You know what's coming every time you put out FIFA. Every time you put out a new season for Apex, like you know what is coming for these games. Like, you know how heavy it's going to be.
All the microtransactions, I mean, that should go right into servers. Right into the servers.
Well, what they do last year, I believe last year, just in Madden alone, on their $1 billion in microtransaction in the third quarter for Madden alone. Unreal.
What are people buying? The cards?
Yeah, like well, so in MUT, it's kind of like they have these cards, like you know how in Call of Duty we have skins, we have and whatnot. So it's kind of the same thing, but you're buying packs. They have different types of packs inside of Madden, like fantasy packs.
It's like pay to win, though, right? Because those
pretty much.
Yeah,
if you hit
to an extent, yeah.
To an extent, like sometimes you just fucking you suck.
Like, if the game was good enough not to be entirely fucking random, it'd be pay to win. But right now, it's just pay to see whatever the fuck happens is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, so it's one of those things. It's one of those things is where you look at it and you're just like, how aren't they good? Like you make so much money off of Madden every year. You make so much money off of Apex transactions because people want the skins inside there. And then you're sitting here making money off of FIFA. They go ham at FIFA. FIFA's the same way, man. Them guys put out a ton of money over there.
FIFA makes us look like amateurs.
Yes. And that's the thing. It's like you got all that going on. Like, I think it's time. Like, what I hate is like these guys, they don't have no competition. I really think that kills them. Like, there's no competition. Like, nobody makes another soccer game. Nobody's making another football game except for what is it? 2K is working on one, but it's not going to be what Madden's able to do.
They're not allowed to do simulation NFL football, which my argument is neither does fucking EA. So that should be good.
I mean, MUT is definitely not simulation.
No, I don't consider MUT simulation.
There's no competition in racing either.
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing out there, and like it's not like they used to be, where every one of these games had competition at one point.
Well, I mean, the racing games, you got Forza, you got Need for Speed.
Yeah, but they're not really competition because isn't Forza, if I'm correct, I may be wrong on this, but Forza, one of them is an Xbox exclusive.
Forza.
Yeah,
but
so,
I mean,
and Gran Turismo's PlayStation exclusive.
But even at that, there's no competition to
like a street racing
Need
game.
for Speed.
Yeah, like Turismo and Forza are kind of the same.
The only one you have close is the Crew 2 and the Crew. That's the only game that comes close to a Need for Speed game because it's open world. You got Forza and everything. They're not true open world games. They're just track. I mean, yeah, it's fun to play a track, but hey, I want to get out there and just drive around and play demolition derby with my cars in the middle of town.
Of course you do. You need
they got a game for that. It's called Grand Theft Auto.
He's too busy banging the hookers that he picks up off the corner. Give him the good old felony rub down.
No.
Dude, I'd like to see him bring Underground back.
Underground was fantastic. That was probably my favorite. But no,
Those are by far my favorite Need for Speed games.
What is it? Hot Pursuit is being remastered. It's coming out real soon.
what game are you guys looking forward to? Like, we'll start with Mystic here. What game are you looking forward to coming out? Like that's coming out. I think there's a shit ton of games coming out here in November. Like
There's one I'm really looking forward to.
I think it's between what November and like December. It's like a storm of games. You got anything that you're really looking forward to, Mystic?
I've always played first-person shooters, so Cold War, as basic as it is. None of those like I don't know a whole lot about the new things that are coming out, like the Cyberpunk and all that.
Yeah.
I don't really. That's not a first-person shooter though, so right.
Nah, I don't know. I'm not a Cyberpunk
It's
guy.
like open world, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
It's an RPG.
Yeah, it'd have to be Cold War for me then.
What about you there, Mr. Schuler?
Some sort of like, is anything that I'm looking forward to actually coming out soon?
Yeah, there's a
think it
lot.
is.
There's a lot coming out. Like it's ridiculous what's coming out. I mean, you have.
And I mean, I'm the oddball out of the group too. I'm not a shooter guy.
I mean, you got.
At all. I'm an RPG guy.
You have
Like, I live and die
Assassin's
for
Creed's coming
RPGs.
out. The new Valhalla's coming out. You have Cyberpunk
like,
coming out.
Cyberpunk's coming out.
There's a
but
shit
I'm
ton of-
leery on that. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to it probably for a different reason than everybody else. I want to see how screwed that game is.
You think it's gonna be screwed up after they pushed it back so many times?
Name the last game that's been delayed this many times it came out and not be screwed up.
Yeah, but this developer is about that. They don't like to put out shit, and they usually put out some good shit. So they usually put out a good game.
I'm hoping that's the case, man. I'm hoping this is the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah.
Haven't they been putting like a whole 2 years into this game or something?
Yeah, it's pretty
years
deep with that. It's
like there'll be a new Dragon Age coming out. There'll be new Elder Scrolls coming out. On the PC side, you got Baldur's Gate 3 coming out.
I don't know if you're into this.
A lot of stuff.
I don't know if you're into it, but what about the new Harry Potter game?
The Hogwarts.
Dude, it looks good. I want to see gameplay on it.
I mean,
it did catch my attention.
what did you think about it? Like just that little bit of gameplay they gave us through on the PS5.
I thought it looked pretty damn good. It looked interesting.
Like
I don't give a damn. I ain't got no shame. That looked good. It looked
fooled
like
me. I'm not gonna
really
lie.
good.
Like I'm definitely just not my type of game. But the graphics in that game and like it looked like there was gonna be a ton of stuff to do, and it wasn't gonna be one of those games that like you play for a little bit and then it's just poof, it's gone. Yeah. It looks like you're gonna have different. It's gonna be open world. You're gonna have to do a lot of different things inside of it, and it just looks like something you could probably have a ton of content come out of it.
Right, and see, that's something that's the reason I'm most excited probably for this next gen of consoles, is I want to see how they utilize that instead of having like Call of Duty where you have, and no offense guys, but you have like 6 maps, great graphics, great gameplay, it's fun as hell, but there's the same 6 maps that you kind of, wash, rinse, repeat. I want to see how they do something where you have to do 60, 70, I'm expecting 70 plus hours of gameplay on an RPG, period, in this console. It better be huge, it better be epic, it better be groundbreaking. I don't want no fucking 25, 30 hours out of a $70 game on a PS5. That's bullshit. It better be massive. It better be insane. And because now they have the tools to do it, I want to see what they do. I'm really looking forward to them.
What's your take on it, Root? What are you looking forward to?
Riders Republic, for one. Doesn't come out
until
until
take
February.
that from you. I was gonna let you have that.
That's probably gonna be my go-to game after.
Yeah, he's been talking about this. Like I think he caught a chub. He caught a chub and everything. Poked a couple people's eyes out. That's how excited he got about this game when he first seen it.
Between Riders Republic.
I think he sent it to me 3 different times.
you got Far Cry. Was it Far Cry 6 coming out?
See, I don't know if Far Cry is gonna catch me because I forget which one I last played, but it was just like.
No,
I played it and it just stopped. Like it was just one of those games. It was kind of like the Assassin's Creed effect. Like it was bro, this is the same
some of the
thing.
older ones, but Far Cry 4 is what really got me. Far Cry 4 really got me hooked on that game.
I forget which one I played. I played one with you. I forget which one it was.
It might have been 4. Because I missed 5. I didn't get 5. And now that 6 is coming out, and I didn't get 5 because it was so small. and I was kind of disappointed in it.
I think the one the one that I played with you was the one where you have a pet bear. I don't know. You can have a pet bear and
That was
everything.
Far Cry 5.
And you can go fishing.
I mean, Assassin's Creed, the Valhalla looks really good.
The only thing that worries me with that though, like Valhalla, like I really like that game. Like I really would like. I think I might get back into Assassin's Creed, but I don't know, man. Like, is Ubisoft gonna be Ubisoft on this one and really like change it up a little bit? Or are we gonna get a repeat? Like, oh yeah, the story mode is fucking dope as shit, and then it just goes boom, and the world's so wide open that you can't get nothing done. Like, I mean, Black Flag was the last thing I played when it came to Creed. I loved it, but then it got to the point where I put like 18 hours into this game, and I had nothing done. Like I had like 5% of the game.
That's the thing is if you do, and that's why I said I want to see how they do this. I'm expecting a lot out of these RPGs. I consider Assassin's Creed an RPG.
Yeah, 100%.
Just because it's a massive world, that world has to feel populated. You have to have stuff to do, like in a row to lead you down to where you need to go. Not like, okay, run 6 fucking hours this way, do 5 minutes, run 6 hours back to turn it in. It's like nobody's gonna play that.
Yeah, like, I mean, the thing I think what killed me with Black Flag when we get into the Creed thing is that when you played Black Flag, there was just too much to do. Like you had to upgrade your ship, you had to go fishing, and you had to upgrade your fishing equipment. Like you had and then you had to upgrade your stuff for on land. Like there was just so much going on, and this is like, how, bro? Like I'm putting 18 hours in, I'm nowhere near anything done, and the world just kept getting bigger and bigger as you traveled.
I felt like that in Far Cry 4, and then I slowed myself down and did it step by step, and I got into it. And that's just like the new Dying Light that's coming out. Looks amazing.
The other one, I mean, honestly, I think like we've hit on a couple of the games already. Like, I'm very much looking forward to COD. I'm looking forward to Valhalla, Harry Potter. For I don't know what reason, but the graphics and the gameplay just looked amazing to me and pulled me in.
I mean, Spider-Man looks good.
Spider-Man looks good to me, but I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be too different than the last Spider-Man.
$70 DLC is bullshit.
Well, what's the other one?
I feel it.
There's another one along those lines. It's a Batman edition.
Yeah, I've seen that one too.
Oh yeah,
Dark Knights or something.
Arkham something.
But
I was reading about it. And I can't remember now.
If I'm correct, didn't somebody else pick that game up? Somebody else is making it this time, and the normal people that make it. If I'm right on that, Drunken. Are you? I mean, you're in here, Drunken.
Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs is another one I'm looking for.
I don't know if I can get into Watch Dogs. I don't know. I played Watch Dogs 1 and 2, and I don't know.
I didn't like the first one. I did like the second one.
Dude, the first one put me off of it. I bought it. I was so hyped. I was ready to go.
There was that game was so hyped up, and then it just like crashed.
Dude, I forgot about fucking Horizon Forbidden West, because if you've never played Horizon Zero Dawn, that game never played fucking badass, man. That's such a good game.
I don't know if it's just me or anybody else is like that. Yo, brother, coming clutch with the hanger.
That's really bugging me now about the Batman.
Yeah, they had so they can't.
Ooh, new Rainbow Six coming out too.
But I'm almost positive somebody else is making that game this time. It's not the normal creators of the game. And then you have here we go. Yeah, it's Warner Brothers Games. There you go. It's making the new one. Batgirl, Robin, and Robin Hood's going to be in it. So I'm interested to see what Warner Brothers does with the game. If they make it different, you know what I mean? Like if they come out and they make a solid game. Because the last one we did was not like I was completely like thrown off by it. Like I thought there was just it just didn't hold on to me. I guess I want to say is it just didn't catch me, didn't keep me engaged in the game. I felt like some of the parts in it were extremely tough to get through, and there was no like real direction in the game, if that makes sense, to how to get through these parts.
I mean, that's like Destiny though. At this point in time with Destiny is the same way, and all it is a money pit. in order to get anywhere, you got to buy this DLC every 3 months.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was a huge Destiny fan.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like I just didn't feel like there was any like direction in the game, and that honestly killed me. And I would like to see them get into maybe some of the story modes to follow up with get into some of the stories with it. You know what I mean? Like get into some of the movies, bring some of the movies into the game, and make that into some of it and give you some good stuff.
Hey, I might sound nerdy or corny, but I can't wait to play the Astro Playroom. I don't care what anybody says.
What's the one?
The Playroom.
The Playroom?
Playroom.
Yeah.
I want to play it.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's be honest, we're all gonna fucking be in there at one point playing around, having fun, and not mentioning it to nobody ever. It's gonna be.
I'll be the first. I'll stream it. I don't even care. It looks like some fun.
Yeah, I mean, they did look like fun. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, look, 100% though. Like, if you got Call of Duty sitting there and you got Asteroid Playroom sitting there, you ain't fucking going in there. You're going right on that Call of Duty, shooting people in the face. Don't even try to lie.
Yeah,
and once you turn on that Call of Duty, you're not coming out.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that's where Rooch is getting stuck.
Yep.
Until February.
Yeah, I already know that. Like, and I agree. I think 100% that could be a fun game. Definitely like maybe a community night, getting everybody together, because I think the lobbies are going to be really big inside of that Republic.
We're talking about 100+ people.
Dude, that could you imagine that? That's gonna be chaos, but you know it's gonna be fun. If you can get like say we get our whole Get Sticky team and go in there, like that's something where you can really get the team rocking together and light it up. That's that magnet one I was telling you about.
There was another. What was the other console thing they tried to do? It was something like that. I can't remember if it was Xbox, if it was Microsoft or PlayStation. They tried to do something similar, like for the community, where you had your whole fucking like a community space, and I can't remember. It just crashed and burned.
I don't know. Got Godfall coming out. Like, I mean, what do you guys really think? Like, I think, what do you think about what they're coming out with on both these consoles? I mean, I feel like PS5 really hit the ball at the park with what they're releasing with their consoles. Plus, all the games that almost every game that came out in PS4 is playable on this PS5. Like, I think that I honestly think they hit it out the park with that. Like, in
PlayStation exclusives have always crushed Microsoft exclusives.
But do you think now Microsoft has tried with now? Do you think they're gonna hit? Do you think they're gonna hit something big when with now them being part of Bethesda?
So, I was going to say, since they bought Bethesda, I will have to buy an Xbox. I'll have to. I mean, Bethesda makes some series that I've been playing since they started, and I sucks. I got to spend another $500 just to keep playing them. So, like me being a big RPG guy, that's going to get major impact on me.
Won't that be one of the PC games too? Won't you be able to just like log into your Xbox and play it on the PC? I mean, it's one big thing that I heard Xbox has. I haven't tried the Xbox Game Pass, where I can log in on my PC and play.
Yeah, there's something going on with that. And then you also, well, I mean, another thing I don't think many people are really into yet is there's a new thing coming out. I don't know how much you guys know about it, but there's a new thing coming out on what is it? Amazon. Amazon's bringing their own thing in. It's called Luna. It's a gaming platform. It's gonna have all types of games. Basically, they're gonna have their own controller for it, and you're gonna be able to play games. So that's the thing I'm interested in that one too, and seeing what they're gonna do there.
Isn't that kind of more or less like Amazon's version of Stadia?
I'm not sure. It had a lot of new It had some new games in it, and it also had.
From what I've seen, it's
But it's
pretty
gonna
much set up the same way.
gonna be a stream based. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be. It's gonna be. It's gonna be dependent on what your internet really can do. You know what I mean? Like so. That's the biggest thing is people aren't. I don't think people are really catching on to it. If you don't have good internet, it's probably gonna be really shitty. Like try to play on it and do other things. You know what I mean? So
That's what Shadowplay had, or not Shadowplay, but Nvidia's got that what's that called? GeForce Now, I think.
do they? I never
Yeah,
heard.
the
I
PC.
don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah. Yep.
I've used it, and it's like I mean, my internet's not super great, but it was just the input lag. You can just feel it, and when you're playing on a PC, especially, I don't know how noticeable it'll be on a console.
Well,
but
no, it's not console. It's not console based. It's basically on your TV, but you can also play it on your PC if you want. So it'll be, so if you have a smart TV, you can actually just log in. It's like $5.99 a month. But then I guess there's going to be a bigger one for like these other guys. I think like Ubisoft be part of it. So like when they bring these other guys in and they partner up with these guys, there's probably gonna be a higher price one, which will give you all those games in like HD and give you like newer games coming out and stuff like that.
But I mean, PlayStation again killed it with that, with their PlayStation Now.
I agree 100%. I believe they did some very good work with it, and
The PlayStation Now, I played one game on my PC, and it's shareable. So if you have a PS4 and you know somebody with a PC and you want to play a certain game with them,
well, that's what I've opened lately.
you can share that game on PS Now. All they gotta do is have a PSN account, and you can do that on your PC, and then activate that game on your PC with the PSN Now.
Yeah, I mean so going in what's is there anything big coming to PC? Because I'm out of the PC. I haven't really been playing PC much since I've stopped playing Fortnite, and I play a little COD on PC. But other than that, like I'm lost. Like so, Mystic, what we got, bro? You're
man,
PC man.
I've not been keeping up with it. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't.
This guy.
I feel like isn't like almost every console game coming to PC though too?
I believe.
there's
I'm pretty sure.
ones.
I would almost imagine everything is going to cross-platform. I can almost imagine.
The games I want to play are cross-platform.
Now I can't think of what game it is, but I know there's one that's coming out that's going to be, I think, purely on PC.
This is everything I open.
I just can't think of what it was.
Go ahead.
I don't know if anybody else in chat knows, but
There's a lot of games that are straight PC, but probably not the ones you're thinking of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. How much? $90. Nice. Yeah, I hit showed dad. Did you show dad there? Everything. Oh, you can look through it. Just opened it up.
Cyberpunk's the only one.
Cyberpunks and Shadows. What's the new one that's coming out? There's a new one. It kind of looks like LJ. Oh. There's a new one coming out. It's kind of like what is that game? Dark Souls.
Oh, well, it's not a new one. They're re-releasing Demon Souls.
Is it? I thought there was a new one that came out that looked something like it.
It is just going to be a re-release. It's
It's
going to
fine.
be remastered, re-released. It's in the same, the same family.
Yeah, there's I thought that was a new. I thought there was. I can't remember. Like Dark Souls, but I think Demon Souls is the one. That is right. But I mean, I would imagine all this cross-platform happens. I couldn't see it not happening. It's gotta.
It's like the standard now, yeah. I mean, with Call of Duty doing it, and then I guess they're doing battle royales now that are cross-platform. I think Apex is.
Apex just did that.
Yeah,
I think
Apex
the last
just got
month. I think late last month they released that. Came out cross-platform.
Destiny 2 went cross-platform.
There's gonna be a ton of indie games coming too. Like that'll be a ton of indie games. I'm not really a big indie game person, but there may be some good ones coming.
They're getting better, that's for sure.
Well, I think a lot of these indie games are tired of sitting back behind everything. You know what I mean? Like they're tired of everything getting crushed. Like, but I think they have a good shot at it. Pro companies cross-platform. Yeah, I mean it's going to be all AAA games like Lost saying anything big is going to cross-platform. I mean, I think if they don't, I think it hurts them.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
'cause I think like I think at one point I think we all thought cross-platform was going to be a bad thing.
And at times it
it's
is.
annoying.
I
Yeah.
mean, honestly,
Well,
like
Not,
you get an
not,
option
not
to
to
turn
point
it
any
off.
fingers in this room, but there's a certain group of players that tend to play on one thing that kind of make it a pain in the ass sometimes.
Yeah, darn console with their aim assist. It's terrible. You ever see those? You see those aim assist? No, stop that. No.
Aim
You ever see
assist.
those?
Here we
No,
go with this
listen,
aim
hear me out.
assist.
You ever see those console players with aim assist and they start hitting you like insane shots with a sniper? Like they're having aimbot basically.
Oh.
Yeah, them
Okay,
console
that's-
players and them aim bots.
Don't blame that on.
Yeah, don't blame it
that
all
on
on
the
us.
console.
Don't blame that all on
No.
us.
I'll tell you what. As a console
I don't
player
shoot a sniper.
and a PC player, between a console player and a PC player, I play on both. The aim assist on COD is not all that great. It's not.
Yeah.
And if you see somebody with that kind of aim assist, 9 chances out of 10, they're using a Cronus Max. 100%.
What is that? A modded controller?
No, it's they got a USB looking stick, and then they got a little box that you plug in USB to your console, and then you plug your controller into it, and it gives you extra aim assist. They're like $80, $150,
Oh,
and
for fuck's sakes!
you can add aim assist. They got programs that program in, and it actually puts mods in for like one's called Sniper Breath. So as soon as you scope in, it automatically holds a breath for you. So you're not pushing down on that joystick to hold your breath, or you're not, pushing down on that key to hold your breath. It's an instantly you hold your breath and you're steady.
That's not too bad. It's about the same as making a macro.
I mean, don't they have
Yeah.
They also have that thing that you stick on your screen, like that little thing that's like you stick it right to your
God.
screen. Yeah, it's like a little dot, so you can hit
Dude,
fire.
use a Sharpie. I got a little Sharpie mark on my monitor.
But you know what? Who wants to put a Sharpie mark on the monitor?
Yeah, I ain't put it. What is wrong with you?
Spend the extra $30-$40. Like I got the Asus, and it comes built in with three different sites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Put a
But can you
sight
put
right
like
on
a
your monitor.
simple red dot though? Just a little dot.
That's what it is. Like you
think
can
so.
do that. You can do like a
Yeah.
little dot right on your screen.
Well,
It's just right in the middle.
the one I
Kinda
like
cool.
to use is a Predator one.
Like the shit that I hate is I think like what they need to do with cross-platform is like if you're playing like strictly just PS4 players in your party or PS4 or Xbox, I think they need to like if there's a way of leaving a party like that, like that's how it should be. Like if you add in like a PC player into your party, then yeah, you get the mixture of the PC like that. Like I don't.
That's what they asked me.
No, it's
I don't know.
not. It is definitely not that.
Is that what you're talking about?
I'm saying like, okay, so what I'm saying when they cross-platform, right? Say Big's on PS4, I'm on PS4, Shuler's on Xbox. That party should not get any PC in it. There's none of that in it. I'm saying that if you jump in our party, then the PC people should be added into the party. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, that's how.
Yeah, like just like it'd be
the
basically like
mobile
a
games.
just be like
Like,
an
they
only
could do like the
console
mobile games.
party. You know what I mean? And if like you have that PC person, then it becomes a PC console party.
Yeah, and mobile games have done it.
I don't play a lot of mobile games. That's all you right there. Like you are a mobile god. Ruchi sits on all of them, and
PC mobile god emulating it.
it is.
I don't even know that's not mobile.
But I only go up against other emulators unless you join on your phone with a party that has an emulator. That's the only time I'll run up against any people on the phone. You go up against all emulator players unless somebody joins up on somebody with their phone. And they should do that with the console and PC.
I mean, I would hope. I wish it would get like that. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't know if that's something. I don't know if that's something harder to do with the cross-platform to be able to make sure your lobbies kind of stay console lobbies, like I said, if you have the PC guy, if they can, then it becomes like PC console lobbies. I don't know if that's something easy to do, something hard to do, but
I mean, they know if you're using keyboard or mouse or a controller, whether you're on PC or PS4.
yeah, I know that, but I'm saying, would it be easy to separate those lobbies like that? Like that'd be something extra, you know what I mean, to make sure those lobbies stay solid. Like,
I'm sure it's a type of coding that they can do as far as matchmaking goes. Just like the skill-based matchmaking, I mean, they have to keep up with that, and it has to go through a certain program. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I got a question about that for you guys. What is it's me, what and everybody else? What's your guys' opinion on the skill-based matchmaking for like Modern Warfare? And I guess that's gonna be in Cold War now too. But
I could care less if
yeah,
it's
I
there
mean,
or not.
I feel as I'm good enough to be able to play Versus.
I just hope with the skill-based matchmaking, um, unlike Modern Warfare, they fix the ability to reverse boost.
Like my thing is I when it comes to that is when the PC players come into it is I mean, yeah, we have aim assist, but you guys are 3 times quicker. You know what I mean? Like easily three
Yeah.
times quicker than us. But it also is like when I think of it, it's easier for those guys to hack things. It's easier for the PC side of things to be able to hack into things and make things a certain way than it is
Oh yeah.
console way.
Yeah.
And that's where it worries. Is where these guys they hack their ways into certain lobbies and or hack their way in to make they might be a god. Like they might say it's you're better than the average player by far. So it's like putting you go and hack into a lobby that's full of guys that are doo doo at the game and they average maybe 7 kills a game or something and you just go in and wax the lobby out. Like that would get to me. That part would get to me if that is a thing that they can't control.
No, that's true, but like, see, coming from my end of it, it's like I do feel like I'm above average player, but like I end up playing matches after a while, and that's how it was in Modern Warfare for me. Is it started off pretty easy. I was melting everybody. Next thing I know, I'm like 30 games down the road. I'm just getting absolutely smashed. Like I'm not even enjoying the game just because I'm getting
I
shot
mean,
through walls, pre-fired.
I mean,
know.
that's COD though. That's where COD's at right now. Like I mean, I don't know that.
I don't think that has a lot to do with skill-based matchmaking. Honestly,
I mean,
It does. It really does. You can just
the game.
there's a huge difference.
There's this. I think with the game, it's just one of those things. Is like if it's gonna be bad, that like the lobby, because like I was noticing like in Cold War. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but like with Cold War is certain maps like it would like certain times when you go into a lobby that it would like the guns wouldn't hit as hard as like and you could tell when you were in a good lobby because everything flew good, everything hit right. Like that was the thing that was that was one of the things that really got to me is I was saying it to him. I said it to Rooch. I was saying it while we were all playing. I was like, the guns aren't hitting. Like I'm using the gun.
I felt it also.
And like they were hitting hard, like that, like pure, like when you had the extremely, like when you had the MP5, we all know that gun was ripping. That gun was OP. It was tearing people to shreds.
My go-to.
Soon as you got in a certain lobby, it would be like you hit them and put clipping them, and it would suck. And you could feel the lobby. The lobby moved slow. The lobby was like players weren't moving as fluid as like typically were. And I mean, you faced some of that yourself, Mystic, when you got in some of the lobbies with us. Yeah, you're like, fuck, you're like, I can't get going. I can't get going. And just right before that, you're dropping 50, 60 kills. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how I felt like when I got in one of those lobbies that wasn't right or somebody was messing with something, I wasn't doing nothing. Like, it was slow. Guns weren't hitting powerful. And then as soon as you got in one of the lobbies that were actually correct and working right, it was like, phew, your guy was flying around. You can move, you can jump, you could shoot, and you were just lasers. You would put them. You wouldn't even have to put 2-3 shots, and they were dead.
Do you think maybe they had different types of lobbies set up to test out different shit at different times?
I mean, they could easily had it set like that. I mean, that's
I
just
think a
something.
lot of it might have been servers.
I mean, you got to look at the game. The game was the most downloaded beta for Call of Duty ever in the history of Call of Duty.
And it still worked better than the fucking main EA servers.
But I mean, like that.
Saying.
Honestly, I mean, you could have something there. It could have been that they really were trying to see how it was when you have a certain amount of like where they. I really didn't take notice. I wasn't paying attention what was coming into the lobby, but maybe they were allowing maybe 3 PC players to maybe two or three console players and see how the lobbies were working as they were switching. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. It's like how.
Yeah, I mean, it was a beta. They were. I guarantee you, they were testing there was a bunch of different shit going on.
Oh, they definitely did it because they were constantly moving guns. You could feel that they were changing how guns were hitting. Guns were the only gun I know it didn't change was the goddamn M16. That gun played the same from day one. Me and Root started with it when we played it 2 weeks. We pretty much we played it back to back weeks and started on Thursday with it. And that gun didn't change. That was the only gun because that gun lit you up. Like, because Roosh was like, he was yelling. He's like, I don't like it. That gun sucks. And then I'm grabbing a hold of it and I'm dropping 40, 45 kills with the fuck thing. He's like, well, maybe it doesn't suck. Maybe I should try it again.
Well, it's our gameplay too. It's our game style.
Like, we're all different styles.
I'm a rusher. I rush in. I don't stop rushing.
Yeah, I'm a strategist. So I'm a strategy player. Like, I'm always looking to say, hey, where are they coming from? Can I cut them off here? And like, I'm a strat guy. That's just me. Mystic, he's running gun the same as Rooch. I think he's a little bit more running gun than Rooch is. I don't think he's as Root. I mean, we all know Mystic is that's what he does. Like, he's going in, he's not stopping.
I get shot, bro. It's over. I mean, I keep on going. You know.
Yeah, I mean, let me got to put in a good spot to strategically place myself. And I'll sit there for a little while. I'm not a camper, but I'll strategically place myself somewhere.
And that's one thing is like
I'll rack the kills up.
Like, I know you guys get on me sometimes because I'll stop. I will stop rushing and I'll put myself in a spot and I'll sit there. Like, I'm usually in the open. I could usually be killed, but you got to hit me first. Like, and you guys be like, yo, caught me. And I'll be like, yo, stop camping. I'm like, no, I'm not camping, bro. I'm like, as Ruchi says, I'm strategically placed in a position that I can light these fuckers up. and that's the thing. Like, when it comes to objectives, especially domination and like hardpoint as they were making us play, I'm sitting there. I'm not moving. You got to get me off the point. Like, you guys go play, have fun, play patty cakes. I'm gonna sit here and protect it. And that's what.
Now, I think a lot of the beta had to do with the servers when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to the need for speed. They're constantly switching their servers.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you can be in a server for 2 hours or 2 minutes, depending on when you got in that server and when it's rotating.
I would prefer if they would go with their own.
Did.
I would prefer if they've got like their own servers. You know what I mean? Like, if they got like their strictly solid just COD servers, I think it would make the game better.
Well, I think what they do is they have servers dedicated to COD.
Yeah, I mean, like,
they
strictly
have
dedicated.
They have multiple servers that are dedicated to just that game.
Yeah.
And it depends on what server, because I did notice if we backed out and we waited a couple minutes and went back into a game, it seemed like it refreshed the server.
Yeah,
it refreshed our connection to the server.
Yeah, it was definitely something like I noticed. Like, I was big because I called it out as soon as I was like, bro, like, there's something going on. Like, guns aren't hitting right. And then it was like we got into the lobby, and next thing you know, you see Mystic flying around, you see you flying around, and it was like the game was playing different again, and we were all dropping high scores again. And it was like, like 2 seconds ago, I couldn't kill shit. Now I'm dropping 40 again.
Yeah, and I think it was just a server rotation.
But I mean, would you guys prefer like dedicated servers, like just strictly dedicated that's not gonna move?
I was gonna say I don't care what you're playing. Everybody wants a dedicated server.
And What do you
I don't give a shit what I'm playing.
what
I
do
could
you
be
guys think it
playing
is that
fucking-
what do you guys think it is that keeps these guys from going dedicated, like strictly? I mean, like especially COD and like Madden and these big companies that got the money to easily do it.
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think it's the money.
I don't think it's money because they all have the money to do it. They're multi-billion dollar companies.
I think they
Yeah, but
don't do dedicated servers for the simple fact is by using a dedicated server, it's more subject to be hacked as far as the game goes.
I mean, EA does such a great job of not getting hacked in the first place. There's no, I mean, it would probably actually help them. That way, only one thing gets hacked instead of everything. But you know, that's neither here nor there.
Why do I feel like you got something against EA, Shuler?
I don't know. I don't know.
Come on,
Like, I
Shuler.
love EA.
Come on, Shuler.
I love EA.
Tell us what you really think, Shuler.
I love EA. I will speak nicely of EA. Maybe they'll be nice enough to make my streams fucking matter too.
Good luck with that.
Right?
So
That's like wishing in one hand and shit in the other. Which one's gonna fill up first?
probably the one you're shitting in. But no, like I mean, like, so couldn't they put like an anti-cheat on it though? Like, would it?
That's where Modern Warfare screwed up. Is they still have not utilized an anti-cheat in it.
That
Now,
blows my
I'm
mind.
really hoping with COD, with Cold War, that creator is known for their anti-cheat. So I think a lot of the cheaters are going to be banned, kicked out real quick in Cold War.
I think that's kind of what pushed me away from like playing a lot on PC is because Modern Warfare got so bad. Even when you're trying to play Warzone, like there's people that were killing it, like they were going hard. They're at the final guy and they're dying to people that are sitting under the fucking map.
Well, I mean that's like Plunder. I mean we got a clip of it, of both of us getting killed by a guy under the map. Prison.
I gotta find that clip. I gotta see that.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here because I yelled. I was like, bro, he just fucking shot me from under the map, and then he gets killed, and he's like, I got it too. I'm like, oh, I was like, it's,
and you could see he was like in the basement of prison.
Yeah, you can see underneath.
And he was shooting up, and we were on the ground in the
Shooting
garage. I was in the garage area,
Hey.
and he's shooting up from the basement area and killed me.
And killed us easily.
Wow.
See, is that even a cheat though? Is that just a bug in the game?
No,
'Cause I know
that was a hack.
good.
That's a hack because
that was definitely a hack because he could see me.
Yeah,
running
it could see us
perfectly.
like you could see like what it does is kind of gives you the baseline of the map. Like so you don't get the whole graphics and you get like the baseline of it. So you can see through the whole bottom of the map. You can see everybody running across it and everything. Like, it's wild. Like that I watched it happen.
And tell me what gun is going to shoot you through the ground and through three levels of
A
ceiling.
brick. A brick.
Oh, he was shooting through like the prison.
Yeah, like he was at the
Like,
very
actual
bottom.
wall?
No, he was. You know
He
how like
was at the very bottom.
if you
of
go
the
in prison and you go down to the basement and you go to the very bottom, he was shooting up through all of it.
Oh,
and killed us.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like he was like right underneath.
Oh, so he wasn't like under the map.
No,
he was
no,
like he was in a good area. He was just
But
literally
he-
shooting.
I mean,
No,
the
but he
map.
was
He was
under
shooting
like he
through
was
the world.
he was under the
Okay.
map. Like he was
Okay,
so like the bottom floor was on top of his head and he was
gotcha, man.
and I've watched it happen. I watched it happen live when Crooked was playing and they were like the final guys. Like they were looking for the final team and all they had to do is kill his team and they win. His team wipes them from under their map. Like literally wiped the team out and they lost the game. They lost the cheaters. Like that's why I stopped playing. I couldn't do it no more. I was like, I'm not playing. I can't play no more on here. I can't play it.
That's one thing I've never understood. Like, how fucking pitiful does your life have to be to sit there and fucking do that and then feel good about it?
Honestly,
Like, how sad is your fucking existence?
and I mean, I agree 100%. Like how you pay so much money for a game, right? You're paying
now
$65 for a game, and then you're cheating. Like, how
No,
is that fun?
they don't pay. No, they don't pay that $65. They're buying accounts that are either hacked or they're like $5 on a off Chinese website. Like they're
And
not paying that full 65.
and it's give or take on those
It's
because
definitely
like
not
Cold
funny.
War,
Definitely not funny.
Cold War, for example. There's that one glitch, the backwards mantle in behind the bar. I mean, stuff like that I can handle. I can
Bro.
handle.
Mystic
little
went fucking
glitches
crazy.
like that.
Like a little
I went
girl.
in there and I did it.
Oh,
Mystic was like a little girl when they
bro,
found
it's
that
so
glitch. He's like, I
amazing.
gotta
Oh my
get
goodness.
in there.
Oh, that was the greatest thing. Oh goodness.
Little things like that is more to me of an Easter egg than a cheat or a glitch. Because anybody can do it. It's not like you're hacking into the game. It's an actual glitch in the game itself that anybody can utilize. Things like that.
I mean, if you want to go in there, I'm gonna kill you. That's all I know. Like, go ahead and go in that exploit. I'm gonna throw a bomb right on your ass and blow you up and get all the kills.
Yeah, because you're not gonna get out of there fast enough.
Well, no, I'm not even gonna try it. I'm just keep coming back and get my kills. like we did when Mystics when we were seeing them guys do it. Like, it was funny because Mystic's like, I can't get him, I can't kill him. I just chuck a grenade over the top and it killed the whole team. I had like five or six people in one shot. I was like,
yeah,
I'm good. Keep going back in there, guys. I'll wait until you all get in there and throw another grenade. And like that, I mean, if you can exploit, like, that's different than cheating. Like, I mean, that's just something that's dumb in the game that it'll eventually get patched. But I'm talking like strictly just cheating. Like, your guns are set to where you can fire ungodly. Like we've seen them all. Like, where they hold the trigger down and the gun goes. And it's 100 rounds in your face and like a tenth of a second.
and yet again, there goes a Cronus Mac. I mean, you can make the 50 cal shoot in 2 seconds, if not faster.
Well, how though? Does it actually mod the game?
No, it actually puts scripts
turbo,
in.
It's probably too young. There used to be a turbo button.
What is it? It's not just an auto clicker though, right? Because that's physically editing the game, isn't it? Because it has
it doesn't edit the game. It edits script. So the press of your button does different things. Yes. So like you can actually make like the SKS or any of the pistols full automatic pistols.
Oh yeah. See, that's the thing though.
All it really does is they write a script. It goes through your controller, so when you press the trigger, it makes it seem like you're pressing it at a half a millisecond.
And things like
each press, and it sprays out.
The game has a limit on there's a fire cap on every gun in Modern Warfare, and you can't fire it past that certain speed.
Not when they crack that, when they rescript it, because now the script is when they change that script to allow more bullets to fly. So what they tend to do is, though, whatever the capacity of their mag is what's coming out of that gun.
I mean, you could take a whole 12-round mag of the semi-auto shotgun
and just pull the trigger. Yeah, just pull the trigger.
Is it different for PC then? Because I mean, that's not any.
No, they can script the game. Like, if they
you can download the script and plug that through with your mouse.
What game was that? We ran
into.
I forget what we ran into that. We ran in one of the CODs. Like, the dude pulled the trigger, and I mean,
he remembers.
That thing said, that's all you heard, and it was. And I want to say it was a Spitfire or something like that.
I got swore that now.
Like, or something like that. They did something where they changed it, and it was like 100 rounds in a millisecond. It was like, that's all you heard, and it was like, and you just stood there, and there's nothing you can do because you can't get away from it. It's so fast, like, you're dead. Like, as soon as that person comes around, they pull the trigger, you're dead. You don't even have a chance because you're getting hit with 100 rounds. Getting 100 rounds to the face and dying. But I mean, that's what I'm hoping they do, like some type of anti-cheat and get away from everything. Fix it.
I'd just be really happy to see a more tactical-based, realistic kind of shooter. Where you don't fucking jump like you're in Halo, or
I think that's where they
slide. for 25 fucking yards.
Yeah, I mean, I
Ramboing
thought
and
that
spinning and
I thought the slide was a little long and
Bring the dolphin dive back. Screw the slide.
dolphin dive, jumping over.
Mhm. Now, slide in Cold War for the alpha, I think it was really messed up. I
Yeah,
think
that was very.
did-
It was a very long
Yeah.
one. They
Now,
definitely
now,
long.
like I can see some of the jumping because I did it. I got used to it. I got a lot of kills like that.
Bro, I hate that.
Where like I was coming around the corner and somebody's there and I just that's different. Now if it's like a sniper, no, you should not be able to cross map somebody with a perfect shot of the sniper by jumping up in the air. Now if you got a
You're sitting there
submachine
with them
gun,
fucking weapons, all that ammo, if you're jumping, it's like 6 inches, not 6 feet.
Right.
That's one of my biggest things is like it's like these guys like in the game that it does annoy me. It gets to me a lot because like these guys you'll be blasting them and you won't be missing and they'll jump in the air and they'll pull one shot to your head and it's over. You die. Like I'm like, bro, dude, if you're getting shot in the chest, you're not jumping.
Like, I utilize that,
especially if you're getting hit. If you're getting hit with a fucking M5 or any type of assault rifle to the chest cavity, you're dead. You're not moving. You're not jumping. Like it's not possible. You were a military man, weren't you, Shuler? I believe you were in the military.
Yep.
If you shot anybody in the chest,
my ass.
if you would have,
I think that's why it's
so
all that shit chaps.
I'm
my
sure.
ass so
Like
bad.
if you shoot somebody in the chest, do they jump or do they fall? Which way do they go?
They're pretty well going down, not up.
My thing, bro. Like it drives me crazy. Like, and that's the thing.
I utilize the shit out of that jumping because I would body shot, jump, and I'd get that headshot. And it saved me from getting a headshot a lot of times too. Where I jumped
I'm not
up.
saying if it's in the game, don't utilize it. I'm just saying it shouldn't be in the game.
Yeah, like it drives me nuts. I won't lie.
But I think that's been every COD.
It has.
It's just that arcade style because
It's
like
just-
Battlefield
it's
doesn't
just
do that.
now-
You can't shoot while doing that.
It's just now more people are utilizing it and doing it, and I think that's kind of our fault as streamers because we do it live on stream.
Oh,
and
it's
now
always
all
been
these
a thing.
now everybody's looking at it and oh, let me give that a try. Let me give that a try. And it's now more widespread and more wide known.
Don't blame me for your
everybody.
faults. I'm the least cheating guy there is. Like I can't I don't know. I have a hard time like doing anything weird in the game. I don't know. I just look at it as I pay $65 for the game. I just play it straight up. Like I play it straight up. Like I look at it like this.
I mean, I'm gonna get my kills how I get them.
I mean, do you? I mean, honestly, do you guys think that them like developers being out here putting patches in the game and all that is available to us now? Do you think that's what makes the game bad sometimes?
Absolutely.
Now,
120%.
Would you prefer that if the game comes out, it comes out the way it is and it's how it stays? Like it was old times, like when we were kids. Like Mystic's not old enough for this. He's probably always had a dev around to fix shit. So
sometimes yes, sometimes no. Now I can see being able to do updates to fix bugs and glitches.
Yes. I 100% agree.
Bugs and glitches. Everything else should be off limits.
Like,
unless it's something absolutely game-breakingly devastating.
I mean, me and you play a lot of Madden, and those patches have killed the game.
Yeah, and that's the first thing that popped in my head too was Madden.
Madden is notorious.
First thing that pops in your head all the time.
I mean, that's what we play. So I mean, like it's one of those games. Is like it came out good when it first released. It came out good. And it had
dude, when it came out, it was fucking amazing.
It was it's like one of those games. It comes out good. All you have to do is clean the bugs out of it, clean the glitches out of it, right?
And then Joke started crying.
And the game's good. The game's perfect. One of the best Maddens that ever released. But then they bring out the patches, and every time they patch something, it breaks some fucking other shit.
They'd fix one thing and break 6 more in the process.
Yeah, and I mean, I see it with a lot of games. It's not even just Madden. Like it's any game that brings out these patches.
Modern Warfare is the same way. I mean, they fix patches and
that's what I'm saying.
And then screwed everything else up.
We know what
the ability to patch a game post launch
Go ahead.
allows developers to launch a game that's not fucking ready.
100%. And that's where I felt. I kind of felt Madden was like that at that spot.
And if you ever doubt that, how many games have you bought? I mean, it came out. You got it day one. It's been out for 3 hours. Even on a disc, you come in, you put the disc in. Patch.
It's got to update.
That's what makes games like CS:GO so amazing. I don't know if you guys. I mean, it's a PC game, but
I
it's
played a little bit of it.
That game is the most consistent game. I mean, I don't know if there's anything else out there like it that's that consistent, but it's been the same since it released. There's never been any issues with it like that. It's always the same gameplay.
I mean,
you can go the reverse way and take H1Z1 for example. It was trash a year ago, and it's done nothing. It is as far as the battle royale goes. Because there's so many more out there that are better, but it's gotten better.
Yeah,
it's gotten better over time.
It
took way too long.
I'm gonna take it to you guys. You two are big ass PUBG guys. You guys are huge in PUBG at one time when we first met. Do you think?
If I had a PC, I'd still be playing it.
Do you guys think the patches destroyed that game?
Yep, 100%.
Isn't that thing still in early access like 5 years later?
Probably.
I mean, there's
being a smart ass.
No, there's a reason. There's a reason why they do that, though. You got to understand the reason why they stay in that.
I would have to say yes and no.
That doesn't even make sense.
I mean, I'm but
it destroyed part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I can't play it anymore. My PC cannot handle it because of the patches and the upgrades they did. I could play it and stream it with zero lag. Now, if I try to play it and stream it, I can't do it. I get desynced every time because of the lag. But if I get on and I just play the game, I'm good. There's a lot of stuff like the map updates made it nice because it's 5 years old or whatever.
I disagree with that though. I have to.
It made the game better. It spiced the game up a little bit with those patches. There are patches that made it worse. There's patches that made it better. I mean, there's always going to be a give or take when you're doing patches, and you got to figure out what game is going to outweigh the good and the bad to make it a better game.
Yeah.
I think where they went wrong with it was, I mean, and the maps are okay, but I feel like there was just much more pressing issues than releasing new maps, which, I mean, that's good content and everything. But
there always is.
Right. But alongside that, they were pushing out cosmetic updates. They came out with their battle pass and they were doing all that sort of garbage. And the game was still at that point just not. It wasn't fun. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was.
I think that whole battle pass thing that all stemmed from freaking Fortnite.
Mobile.
I mean, Fortnite had they were making a killing off of skins. Killing. Like, I mean, that's where they make all their money at because the game's free. But what game had that kind of skin, had battle passes? But none of them had battle passes until Fortnite. And I don't know if that ruined games because people they I feel there's a lot of games they stopped concentrating on the content of the game, of how the game played, gameplay, and all that stuff. It was what you could sell, how cool their little skins were. Like, I fucking hate Call of Duty's battle passes. I think the last two are fucking suck. Like, there's been a couple that were pretty cool. I think the last one that was cool that had, I think it's Mira was in it, and that one had some really good guns in it and different stuff. Now it's just like, I feel like you're just rinsing and repeating. You don't even know what you want to put in. Like, they're pointless to buy. Like, I mean, I still think Fortnite kills it with it because whoever's their graphics person does amazing work with what they come up with and create.
Yeah, and I'm not a Fortnite player, but I do got to give it to them. They go on themes.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. If more games would do stuff like that, I think more games like COD would be funner.
I like what they do with their battle pass though. There's an objective to it. I just feel like the COD stuff and
There's no objective.
it's just like you level up and you get that stuff. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but there's different objectives to how to like they have a week 1, there's a week 2, and there's a week 3, and like there's different weeks of what you have to complete in those weeks. So their battle pass isn't boring. You know what I mean? And it's not one of those things where you get to.
Well, on top of their battle pass, they got their daily and weekly challenges.
Yeah.
That rewards you with a lot of great stuff. COD's rewards you. Oh, look here. Let's give you 50 COD points. Or
let's give you a calling card or an emblem.
let's give you 15 minutes of double weapon XP, even though all your weapons are maxed out.
Or your
and usually it'll run out before the game even launches.
Right. That's another thing I really hate about. I complain about this all year in Modern Warfare is that the damn double XP runs while you're sitting in a lobby. And sometimes it takes a minute to get in some lobbies, especially if you're cross-platform. It takes a minute to get in some lobbies. And like your stuff is just ticking. Like I want to say it was it BO4 that had double XP. It held up until you got into the game, and then it started.
Yeah. It was BO4.
And that, like, to me, that's the way it should be. That's why if you're not playing, it's not running.
Well, that's how it is on mobile too.
Spent more time. It wastes so much double XP just that, like, sitting in the side of the lobby.
I don't know. I have not missed a season yet to where I didn't hit level 100 on my battle.
But I mean, I feel like it's easy as long as you play the game.
Yeah.
As long as you play the game, you're getting there. And
I think I'm at 97 right now.
I'm nowhere near that. I'm 28, 29, I think.
And I took 10 days off this month.
I don't think cosmetics have a place.
Because I played Cold War. I didn't touch Modern Warfare.
Like, I like that they give you guns, but like a lot of these battle passes, it's the same gun. Like you're getting like one battle pass would be loaded with shotguns, and then the next battle pass would be loaded with snipers, and the next one with ARs. Like I'd like to see in one of their battle passes, like mix it up. Like maybe put a sub in there, maybe put one shotgun, maybe put an assault rifle.
I think they did do that this season.
They did not do it this season. They did.
Yeah,
it was like one. It was like
they got 2 shotguns. They got a submachine. They got the Uzi. They got a marksman and a sniper and an AR.
Yeah, but like, I just don't think I didn't think the battle pass was that great. Like when they first started doing the battle pass in this season,
they were great guns, but
the first couple of battle passes I thought were really good. They really did well with it, and then it
dropped off.
Fell out of it. And that's one of the things is like I wish these games would just really put into it. Like I don't know if it's the man above them dictating what they want because they want to make money and whatnot, and really like microtransactions, like they pretty much control the game.
Now we talked a lot about games. What about the stuff we use?
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, Willis.
What am I talking about?
Yeah, Willis.
Like our keyboards or mice or.
I mean, we can do that in another show. Because I know Corsair's got a new one coming out.
I need a new mouse.
I think they got a new one of those.
I'm rocking like a $5 Walmart special right now.
Send me your address. I'll send you a new one. Send you one.
I'm gonna go grab me a razor.
I'll send you a Corsair.
No, get the I don't know.
I
won't say nothing. He's a Corsair guy. I love the Corsair. I love the Corsair keyboard, but I don't think you'll ever get me away from my Logitech mouse.
But you play with
the same razor keyboard forever.
You play with one of the best Logitech mouses. Like I agree with the 502.
The fucking cord ain't even long enough for me to reach it over to the fucking camera. Like this thing weighs about a half ounce.
But you've got the Rocat, right? Mystic.
No, so I recently changed. Well, I say recently. It's been a while now, but I did have a Rocat, and I absolutely love that thing. But I ended up getting a G502. So I want to get that though. I miss Rocat.
And look, I'm like I said, that's probably one of my favorite mice. But I did move over to Corsair, and I play with the M65 Elite, and I love it. When I play the only thing I really liked is how heavy you can make the 502.
Yeah,
that thing made it. That was my biggest problem when I started playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have
Well,
no
I
weight
like-
in it. Oh, yeah, you do. Never mind.
I like the side buttons because it helps me change my weapons instead of having to press the 1 or 2 when I'm playing.
Oh yeah, that's how
PUBG
that's how I am with like Fortnite. I love having my two sides right there. Yeah, I mean, I don't play MMO, so that doesn't even pertain
Drunk,
to
and
me.
that's why I liked my Razor, because the fucking side button, every one of those was mapped when I was playing like Warcraft and shit. Yeah, they're fucking great for MMOs.
Doesn't Drunken have a Wave 1 or Wave 3?
I don't know. I remember the only one I knew that had something different than most.
No, the only reason I asked about tech stuff is because FedEx finally came.
FedEx came.
Ooh, what you get?
FedEx came at 9 at night.
Yeah,
What?
I've seen that shit happen here before.
they just dropped it off.
Oh, you got the Wave 1.
Nice.
Nice. Why didn't you
And
get the
the
Wave
Wave's-
3?
Because there's not much difference.
Except for the button.
Everything I can do
I like
with
the
that button, I'm already gonna set on my OBS
You
anyway.
don't even know what you're gonna do. You're gonna fucking lose your mind. You're gonna sound like Rico Suave over there.
Well,
You hear a big turn into Barry White.
the wife spoiled me. She got me the pop filter
Get the shock too. Shock mount.
and the shock mount.
Oh, he got a chubby. You better go munching tonight.
Nice.
You
So yeah,
better go get
she
the carpet
spoiled me
clean.
on that because I told her which way, and she surprised me and got me the shock mount and the pop filter. So
So are you
we're
hooking?
gonna definitely see how it works tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I think like honestly, like I think it's one of the best USB mics out right now. Honestly, if you want to get into that part.
Well,
we have.
I mean, even at that, I mean, I have a mic. I have the Phantom Power. It sounds great when I
Yeah.
add all the filters in.
I think that thing's gonna be a game changer. I honestly say, if I didn't have the Go XLR, I'm on a Wave easily.
Yeah, and that's where I was.
I can say the same.
That's exactly where I was at. Is spend $150 on a mic with the software.
I think what's really good. What I love
spend
about that though,
$100+ on a mic, and then another $400 or $500 on the mixer.
yeah. I mean, what I really like about it though is like one of the biggest things that sells me on that is the clip guard. I honestly believe it's like one of the best features that thing has is a clip guard on it, so you're not clipping out. And I think it's gonna be. I think you're really
But
gonna.
you can do that in OBS.
But not like that. Like not like that Mike does. Like OBS does enough. The Wave 3 is going to be a game changer. You're going to see as you hook it up and get into the software and everything's going to start changing. You're going to be able to put things everywhere and do all that shit. Like it's a game changer because it was like, I mean, the mic I had what was it? The Yeti X wasn't bad, but it was USB. But with that software that you have, it's going to be, it's just going to be, like, you're going to be blown away with what it does to you. I guarantee.
Oh yeah, I already know that.
Because there's people.
The whole reason I got it.
There's people that I talk to, like from Elgato, that have this mic personally. I've watched them on stream. I've watched some of my friends that have it. You would think they have a Go XLR or some type of really good mixer, and they're using an XLR mic because of how good that mic is, of the clip guard, and how good it is of clearing background noise.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
It's
got
actually
an XLR mic. And
what is it? It's actually got a I want to say it's Ludwig or Ludwig or something like that. That is inside that. That's a really good mic that they put inside. Like I said,
yeah,
by far the best USB mic that's out. Like if you're going USB, that's the mic. No question.
Yep.
Good, Schuler? You sleeping over there, bud?
Nope, just listening.
I mean, like I said, if I didn't have what I have, it would easily be my pick.
And like one of the big things with that too, with it being software based, they can update that damn thing.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about updates. I was like, I don't even know if I want to open this after I just bashed updates.
That is
But,
huge.
like,
with
they
that
can
thing.
update that software. They can add to it and they can expand on it. so that, and because the XLR is stuck, it is what it is. It's not. That's it.
I mean,
That
they
being
could.
software
I think
based,
they
it can be
could.
changed.
I mean, I think they could add maybe some
But you
more
still only have 4
sliders.
physical sliders. You
Yeah.
still only have, that's what you have.
I mean, if they open, I mean, the only thing I can see them doing here is if they add maybe some other ones inside, they give you some more
That's very true, Drunken.
stuff inside the system.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I mean, the software
Yeah, but I
is
think
hit or miss because you got to, for one, you got to have a PC that can run it. Which, I mean, if you're streaming, you should already have one.
I think, but
Right,
I
yeah,
think
if you're
I
buying
think
that mic, and you should probably already have that part cut.
Yeah.
I think
And-
with Elgato, I don't think they're gonna be the issue. That's gonna be an issue. I mean, we know we're getting issues with GoXLR. I mean, the last update they put out was fucking horrible, and then they had to refix it. But I think it's one of those things is that you know, Elgato's listening to their partners, they're listening to these big streamers, and streamers are giving him great advice like Harris Heller. We know he's putting in his word and they listen to what he says. Guy knows what he's doing. He knows shit. So I think when you like when people are like that, like when they're listening like that, they're gonna put their product's gonna come out and it's gonna be a massive hit out the park. Like, do they fumble sometimes? Yeah, they fumble sometimes, but majority of the time they're listening and they work to make things easier. And I said that today on Twitter about their company, and that's one thing I love about their stuff. They're always trying to make it easier and not as complicated as some people make it. Like audio, we all know audio fucking sucks. Audio is probably like the worst thing about streaming.
That doesn't need fucking to be 10 times harder.
Yeah, audio is like probably the worst part about streaming.
Yeah, that's been my biggest downfall is the mixing of audio. Because I like to listen to my music.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, like when you get into that thing, you're gonna be like, oh my god, because it simplifies everything. I mean, it's so simple. The only thing I didn't like about it is it doesn't have the routing table in it. And that's one thing I do love about the Go XLR. There's a routing table in it. I can choose what can be heard. Like just like if I don't want you guys to be heard, I hit the button, and you guys disappear. You know what I mean?
But there pretty much is. I mean, you got eight audio channels, and you can mute.
But no, I can still hear you guys. You can talk.
Right, and that they have that in there. You can on each audio channel, you can adjust what you hear and what your stream hears, and you can mute just one or the other.
Yeah, but see, we only have 4 sliders. You have 8. So it's a different ball game. Like that's why a lot of people you're seeing with the Go XLRs, they're buying the minis to add the extra. What is the extra 4 sliders on the mini? So that they have 8 sliders. But I mean, we can get into all the tech stuff coming out because I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff we can do that next week's show. Get into some tech stuff.
Yeah, it's a whole different level of research. I can't wing it just like I can games because I know games.
Yeah, I mean, I know the stuff. I pay attention. I mean, like
tech shit coming out.
We've had the ring light come out. They've released a new ring light. They've dropped the 3080s, the 3090s, 3070s are coming, and that's a whole nother ball game. But we're almost at the 2-hour mark, and I know some of you guys have been streaming late.
Cut it off so you can upload it.
Yeah. But guys, if you enjoyed like this kind of talk and stuff like that, please let us know in the comments below because this is something that we're gonna try to start doing every week. Maybe different people from the Get Sticky crew. Try to rotate people and have all that stuff going on, and you get to see some new faces. If it becomes just these guys, and it is what it is, and we run with it, and we try to bring you the best stuff information wise. My wife just subbed for 31 months in a row.
Woo.
Nice. I mean, even if you have a subject for us to talk about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
know.
mean, we'll get into like if you guys want to, if there's something that you would like us to answer or get into, let me know on Twitter. You can probably DM, hit Shulerbop. You can hit Felony up. I don't know how responsive Mystic will be on Twitter because
I'm on Twitter, bro.
he's a
I'm
Twitter
on,
Nazi.
He didn't even know where to find. He didn't even see the announcement for the show, so I don't think he's probably gonna be the
No, I
quickest.
wasn't. Listen, I've been checking my Twitter lately. I have been.
He's a Twitter Nazi. He don't like it.
I've been on there. Don't worry. No.
But
If
yeah, I
it's
mean,
not Discord, I usually don't pay attention to it very much.
But
Maybe once
we-
a day.
we are going to be around, and these things are going to be coming normal. I kind of like having these 4 people on instead of just constantly just interviews. Maybe mix it up a little bit. Maybe next week we'll do an interview, and then next week we'll bring 4 people back and kind of mix it up a little bit. We'll see what happens, but we'll be back next week, probably next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Maybe we might be able to start squeezing maybe an extra one of these in, since there's plenty of topics that we can hit across the board that I'd like to get into. But we will be back, like I said, for sure, next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys also go check out manscaped.com. Want anything from there, use SME, 20% off, free shipping. Check those guys out.
Get your ball deodorant.
And keep your balls clean. I mean, nobody likes dirty nuts. But guys, I appreciate you guys showing up. Appreciate everybody that's been here. It was fun.
That's bro.
But we are out. So guys, next week, peace.